David Mason, the Director of Public Health for the town of Sandwich, and today we're doing PSA number 10 in the second wave. And we will start, as usual, with our case counts and the status with Chief Burke.
All right, good morning, Dave. As of this morning, roughly 110 positive cases in town, over 325 recoveries. Hospital count, 57 hospitalized on the Cape between the two hospitals, 16 in intensive care. I think it's in the mid-30s at Cape Cod Hospital with 12 in ICU, and Falmouth only has a couple in ICU. But those have been pretty consistent. I think we've stayed consistent over the last 2 weeks with those numbers.
Okay, and I think as far as at this point, we do have a COVID-dedicated line. We'll have that number up on the screen for you, so you can call that for status at this time. You know, we're waiting on information from the state of how to proceed. Are we comfortable saying that?
Yes.
Okay. So at this point in time, just a couple things to go over with regards to. I know there's been some concerns with parents relative to the schools. We meet regularly with the superintendent and the lead nurse for the school, as we did today. Yep. What we are seeing numbers. We're seeing a lot of direct contacts, but the cases and direct contacts are associated with family members and family situations. We are not seeing the transfer of the virus within the school due to the school's efforts and ability to maintain the protocols there. So the schools are back in session. They came off their week of remote. They're back into their hybrid model, attending in class, and we're comfortable with that at this point. Are we comfortable saying that?
Yes, we are.
Okay, and then as far as our town offices are still open. When you look at the state statistics, some questions have been asked. How do we determine the status of the schools in town operations? Right now, the state infection rate's at 7.7%. We're below that at 6.03%, and we're lower than our surrounding towns at this point. You know, if we start to see us creep up and exceed the state average, then we'll have a different discussion. So we're monitoring that daily with regards to what is occurring in our community. I think the toughest thing is people see the news and what's going on, and get anxious about that, trying to determine and get information about how we're handling it. We are monitoring it. We are doing regular testing with the fire department to get control of it. The school nurses are doing a fantastic job of monitoring the cases and identifying cases in the schools. And I do want to shout out to parents who were assisting with that and giving us the self-reporting calls. It is helpful. It allows the schools to get ahead of the curve in terms of identifying cases at that point. Just one other thing I'd like to add is we are seeing in the older age group over 50, more so towards your 60 plus, but you know, people, cases that we've had positive cases associated with people going out to dinner with friends. You know, there's protocols in place, and I think there must be this image in people's minds that if they wear a mask if they sit at a table that's 6 feet from everyone else and their server is wearing a mask, that everything's safe. The issue becomes who you're sitting across from, because people are joining friends. We've heard this on a number of occasions that, oh, well, we got together and had dinner with this one or that one, in which they became unknowingly a direct contact of a later identified positive case, and they then became a positive case. So please don't be relaxed in the fact that you can just go out to dinner with friends, and because what protocols are in place to give to provide some level of safety, that doesn't provide safety from who's sitting across from you, unless you're just with someone in your own household. Do we have anything else we want to add?
No, just and it's interesting with we have a machine that we're testing at the station that monitors air quality for COVID, and it's interesting that we had a hit about 10 days ago, and we were able to trace it to somebody who was not wearing a mask. It's in a common hallway, walking by, and it was 2 specific days where the hits were positive, and it was traced back to somebody who ended up being COVID positive. Very, very interesting. And again, it's a beta study that we're participating in, and how long is it lingering in the air? That speaks to your restaurant,
Yes.
restaurant piece there.
Yep, and it's like pool testing at that.
It's environmental pool testing.
Environmental pool testing at that point. You're going to hear, people are going to probably hear more about that, because I know that the governor's is pushing that. I know that in the district, it is a discussion, in the town here. But at the same time, the purpose of that pool testing is to get districts that aren't in in-person classrooms, to get them moving in that direction. We already have that at this point. But we are aware of the discussions that are out there because of Governor Baker's push for pool testing at this time, and we're monitoring that also.
And I think it's important we highlight, again, the testing that we're doing for school employees, not students. But as soon as there's an issue with a symptom or a close contact, a phone call is made, and testing is scheduled immediately, sometimes within an hour of if they've been symptomatic and the timing is right. So we continue to do that. I think that's important, both on the municipal and the school side. That aggressive testing posture that we have, working with Nikki at the schools and Marie here at Town Hall. Anybody that needs it, that's one of these workers, we can jump on it pretty quick. And not that you can stay ahead of it. I think it's running parallel with it as best we can.
Yeah, and I mean, we've utilized that for DPW and the marina, and so it is working well.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're being aggressive about it.
Yeah.
So, no, that's perfect. Very good. So I think that's what we have for today's update at this point, and then we will be providing and speaking to you next week. So thank you very much. Please be safe. Don't relax with what's going on. The numbers are escalating. Be safe out there and be respectful of others. Thank you.
Thank you.